we're in trouble, boys. Well, that was quite the intro over there. We had a fun time cleaning this thing up. It was standing basically on the side over there. A lot of tree debris and all this junk was on the car, but we got the car cleaned up semi-decent, just enough so we can work on it, and once the car is finished, obviously it's gonna get perfectly detailed and it's gonna be stunning. Anyways, let's go ahead and start this episode. In this episode, we're gonna go ahead and work on the GTR, as you guys can tell by what is being filmed. We're gonna go ahead and work on this piece first. What we're gonna do is probably crank the car up in the air, put it on these frame clamps over here, that way we can pull the front apron as well. Let me remind you guys a little bit. So we do have some serious apron work over here, which is kind of scary, honestly. It's kind of scary, but I think we can get it all out. So looking over here, you can see some serious buckles here, some buckles down to the firewall. We're gonna pick this car up, pull the wheels off, and do all of our pulling, measuring. We got a little bit of a buckle here. Yeah, some pretty good damage everywhere, but that doesn't scare us that bad. We do have a new quarter panel for the car. We do have a new door for the car already. So in this episode, what we're gonna do is crank the car up, cut out the rear glass, both of them, and I guess start cutting that rear glass, pull that door off, and start prepping, getting this thing on its feet. It runs and drives, as you guys can tell by now, so I'm pretty excited. If you guys are new to this channel, go ahead and lightly tap that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to smash that like button, and let's go ahead and start this episode. So we went ahead and picked up the car, got the side skirt off, and right now what we're gonna do, I'm just kind of thinking, since all this stuff is pushed up and kind of pushed in there, and we're gonna be swapping the quarter panel, what I'm gonna do is actually put the car back on the ground. If I need to chain it, I will, just for a temporary pull. I'm gonna cut like a box out like this, something, that way I have areas to pinch on with the frame machine, and I'm just gonna pull this out. I'm gonna try to get all these buckles out as much as I can, try to get this lined up properly, so it should be roughly, I'm guessing, somewhere right here flush with the wheel, somewhere around there. I'm gonna go look on that side. I'm just gonna get a rough pull, get it all out here, that way when I undrill everything, it's just gonna be easier for me. So let's go ahead and drop the car back down and do our rough pulling, continue working. Got this little piece cut out and revealed some inside damage, but we're gonna get it pulled out. But take a look at this. We noticed some sand scratches and some dirt nibs over here. I'm gonna sand it down and see if there's any bodywork here prior to us. What do you see? Some Bondo. We got some prior Bondo work. Hopefully nothing else was touched on this car. Let's see. Yeah, we got some Bondo. Right here, there was a dent or something. Or maybe they were just having fun and put some Bondo on there.
At the factory?
At the factory, yeah. Happens, I've seen it before, so. Okay, let's continue working, boys. Okay, so taking a further look at this, pulling just the skin is not gonna do much more because I didn't realize that we're gonna have so much damage inside here. So what we're gonna do is actually cut this quarter panel off by right here, basically this little section, and then we're gonna repair this, and then we're gonna move on to cutting out the glass. This one and that one, taking off that inside panel as well. So yeah, that's kind of part of our work, man. You run into things that you don't know, you don't expect, but we expect the unexpected, so we're not really scared of anything. Let's get it done. in trouble, boys. A lot more damage than we thought. For some reason, I have no idea why I was thinking this damage right here was just on the quarter panel. But psych, look where it's supposed to be. Look right here. And then if I can just show you somehow, let's say like this, or like this, and we follow, you see how it gets. You see what I'm talking about? I'm just kidding. But anyways, I think we're gonna have to change this piece down here as well, because this kind of stuff, whew, it don't pull out. This is some hardened steel, and it's dang sturdy. So I guess the next thing what we're gonna do is cut out the window glass and pull out the rear bumper and just cut the rest of the quarter panel off, because there's no work here much left to do. And then we do have a new quarter panel. Let's go check it out. So this is the new piece here, just a cut off from a donor car. I'm hoping we can use this over here. Basically what we did on the C63 AMG, we sectioned it, welded it, and made it look all sorts of beautiful, primed it in there, and then covered it up with a new quarter panel. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and pull this quarter panel off probably in the next episode or something, but we also have a door from this car as well. So that's the two parts that are gonna complete this side of the vehicle. And then the other side of the vehicle, we have a core support, a fender, headlight, bumper, yada, yada, yada. Let's get back to work. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start cutting out this rear glass. I have this little tool over here. I actually use it to cut out quite a bit of glass. Surprisingly, it works really well. Kind of shove it in there and then start walking it down. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm probably gonna walk this down first because this is the quarter panel I don't care about. Kind of get used to the angle. I haven't done this in a little bit. And then I can do this upper roof section. That way I don't scratch the roof whatsoever. Let's get it done. Went ahead, got the rear bumper off, and guys, this is typically what you do when we cut off a quarter panel. At least I'm used to it. I was taught like this at the shop. So I cut out the gas cap area over here. Then I pop this section off first. That way when the whole quarter panel is cut off, it's gonna be flimsy because this actually kind of holds it on and it just makes it easier. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna cut this with a, what's it called? Angle grinder. And then we're gonna continue drilling the quarter panel out. There's not much work to do. This quarter panel should in theory be off in roughly an hour. So I don't know what time it is right now. Go show them the timestamp and then I'll tell you guys in about 1 hour this quarter panel is gonna be off the vehicle. What time is it right now?
1:30.
1:30. Show you guys when it's done. Let's do it. Well, we got the quarter panel off and everything is pretty successful. Up over here on the roof, the quarter panel goes under the roof. So what we do is we cut the quarter panel right alongside the roof and then we seam seal it right after, which B is for Bill done that. I did that on my blue GTR. Once it's seam sealed, no water ever gets in there, everything's fine. Right here is a little bit complicated as well. It's like triple layered, one goes after another, so I kind of butchered it, but I'm gonna go ahead and repair everything. Besides that, I'm getting really darn good at doing our spot drilling. It's really quick and it saves so much time not using a belt sander or a belt file. Belt file is much louder as well, so it's kind of annoying for people around. But besides all that, I'm extremely happy. This probably took us about an hour to pull off. We did just take delivery on an extremely special build, which is outside. It's nice and flashy and red. It's got some serious power, and it's gonna look extremely sick once it's done. Hopefully the motor's not blown in it. Anyways, long story short, you guys will enjoy that. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I did want to mention one more thing over here. We do have some serious damage, and since we do have basically a quarter of a donation car, of a donor car, we have a whole quarter chunk of it. I'm debating if I should go ahead and change this thing here, change this, and then section this piece over here. It's going to be a lot more work for us, but I feel like that's the only way to do it right, because this high strength steel stuff is just it's so hard to work with, and it is so hard to pull it out. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do in the next episode is get that quarter panel off that vehicle and do all of our internal repairs over here, and then test fit that new quarter panel on. Before we start on the front end, I wanted to get all this stuff here buckled up. I don't want to open up too much cans in one worm, or too much cans of worms. Yeah, there you go, that's more like it. So I don't want to like start here and then start over there and just be all over the place. Plus we're limited on space, so I'd like to get all this stuff done here and then move on to the front end. So next episode we're going to be doing that, probably changing all this stuff. Not too sure, this stuff is not easy to drill, but we've done it on the Mercedes, and we're going to do it again on the GTR, make it nice and neat. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Stay tuned for a lot more videos to come. I hope you guys smash that like button, and peace out.